So, this is another installment of my little Argonaut squash gardening this year. This is August the 4th, 2021. And my vines, man, are healthy. I haven't seen but one squash borer out here, which you don't have to worry about the squash borer when you're doing butternut squash. It's very resistant to the squash borer. I have learned a few things about gardening this particular type of squash since the last time that I videoed. People most times get concerned when they either don't see any fruit on their squash or they turn yellow and drop off. And I want to show, okay, here we go. There is a squash in here somewhere. Give a chance to locate it. Let's see. There's that. The people who don't see good don't probably need to be doing this right here, but oh, there it is. Yeah. It's a little yellow squash there. That is a female flower. And that squash is not open up yet. That's the female, and that is a male flower. Big difference. One of them has a fruit, the other one don't. But when it comes to squash, they must be pollinated. They don't have to have bees to pollinate, but something has to cause that pollen inside that flower to get inside this female flower whenever it opens up. And it looks like it's turning yellow already, and it ain't even opened up yet. So, but that's not going to bother me, because I have learned that the plant will not produce fruit the right way until it's fully matured. That is the key. Even though it's almost there, it's almost matured enough to where it can support a lot of butternut squash. So, it's amazing how the Lord has his own design to these things. And everything must be in order, This is a very highly prolific vegetable, and it will start trying to make fruit really before it's time. But nature has it so that those fruit won't be successful, because even if they are on there and they are ready and raring to go. But let's see, it's one down in there. It's got a blossom in rot type of thing on it. And really, here's another one over here. Let's see. I just saw it. Trying to locate things through this camera lens. Kind of difficult. Like I say, when you can't see that good, these things are kind of tough. Yeah, there it is, right there. Right there. So, even if that little flower don't open up and it has a fruit on it, it's not going to make one, because it's not fertilized. It has not been pollinated. That must be. So this vine is very lush. Actually, there's 10 plants that's making up this whole thing here. 10 plants. So if all stays the same, we're going to have us a mess of squash, which I love. I love this type of squash. And you can see that vine all the way to this little shed out here. Man, that's 15 or 20 feet right there. Just rough top off my head. 15 or 20 feet. It ain't finished growing yet. This is a grapevine. It's a ugly conglomerate, but it's a lot of wild grapes in this foliage right here. It's actually a tree underneath there, and we haven't been able to tackle that yet. But that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make is this vine is very easily going to make it there, which that's like another 5 to 6 feet worth of growth. And probably in the next couple of weeks, it will have accomplished that. So, back to nature's design. The male flowers need to be really abundant so that pollination can take place. They're running all over the place now. I got space out here. I'm not going to cut them back. I'm just going to let them run wherever they go. Let them do their thing, because I know this type of squash, 10 plants, each one of them going to produce a minimum of about 10 squash. And I can pretty safely estimate that, because me and my mother have grown them before, and that's kind of the result that we got. The flowers open at night and in the morning, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason for that. They actually close up at the end of the day. So they're not open at all times. They just open up at a certain time. And the bees, which we've been having a problem with bees here in the U.S., pesticides, whatever it is that they're doing to them, disease or whatever's cut the numbers back. They're even making fake honey. But bees are not the only creatures that can pollinate flowers. They're one of the best, but not the only one. So I have noticed some little bugs in here. It'll go from one flower to another doing pollination duties. But now I'm starting to get male flowers. They're all mixed in there. You can see little splashes of yellow here and there. And it just makes sense, because when it's time for this thing to put on fruit, you have to have these male flowers. So when you see the male flowers coming on, it's an indication that its plant is reaching maturity, and pretty soon it's going to be time for fruit. So it'll put a few little fruit on early, just because it's ready to go, but they won't do nothing until they are pollinated. Now, at the time, I had a few big ones that was on this vine and various other places out here, and there were no male flowers open. So there was nothing I could do unless I had been able to get a hold to a male flower from somebody else and take that male flower, put it in this female, and pollinate by hand. But, I would not have been sure of what I'd have been reproducing had that happened, because I'm probably going to save the seeds from this, most likely. I'm going to save the seeds so I can have something to replant. But this is a very nice, looks real nice right now. Looks very good. It's getting all over the place, and that's good. That's exactly what I want. So that September, October, hopefully October, they will have reached the final stage of ripeness. And before the freeze comes, because none of this will endure no freeze. It's not a cold weather crop. So anyway, that's that for now. And I guess I'm going to have a couple more installments to make before the season is wrapped up, including the harvest, finalizing with the harvest. So thank y'all for watching. I guess this is going to be my little niche on YouTube. Just growing things and showing the progression and the success rate. This is just a little patch of land, right? This ain't an acre, man, or nothing. This is just a portion of a backyard. But I'm very pleased with what I see so far. So, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next time.